Following a lengthy absence from social media, Chris Combs, who is known for his role in the television drama 1000 Alb Sisters, uploaded an unexpected photo that displayed his remarkable weight reduction metamorphosis. Chris, who was 44 years old at the time, made his debut on television in the year 2020, when the much-loved unscripted series made its debut. At the time, he weighed more than 450 pounds, and he desired to take action in order to reduce his weight. He drew motivation from his famous sisters, Amy Slaton, who is 37 years old, and Tammy Slaton, who is 38 years old. Both of them are the stars of the show. Despite the fact that he began his voyage after his sisters did, he was able to concentrate and accomplish his objectives in a very short amount of time. Chris has been successful in accomplishing his remarkable health and fitness objectives, despite the fact that the trip has not always been simple. It was the fact that he did everything with a cheerful disposition and a smile on his face that elevated him to the status of a fan favorite. The sixth season of 1000 Pound Sisters concluded with Chris attaining yet another significant milestone. He had skin removal surgery. When Chris lost a significant amount of weight in a short period of time, he was left with excess skin that was loose, which brought up a whole new set of health problems and risks. The outcomes that Chris has achieved have been nothing short of remarkable. Recently, he shared a snapshot on Instagram that exemplifies how far Chris has come in his journey. Chris's choice to reduce weight was influenced by Amy and Tammy's weight loss journey, as was discussed before. Nevertheless, Chris's decision to lose weight was also influenced by another significant factor. The star of Sisters, Season 6, who weighed 1,000 pounds, wanted to reduce his weight so that he could be present for his family. In addition to being overweight, Chris's father passed away when he was roughly the same age as Chris. Chris made the decision to take action since he did not want the same incident to occur to him for the same reason. In addition, he desired to find motivation for his daughter, who had recently begun to struggle with her weight. He desired for her to realize that it was achievable to reduce her weight. According to the premiere of 1000 Alb Sisters in the year 2020, Chris weighed more than 450 pounds. Chris was eventually able to meet the requirements for bariatric surgery in 2022, and he was able to shed 150 pounds in a short amount of time. He went from weighing 450 pounds to 300 pounds, which was a tremendous change that altered the course of his entire life. It was possible for him to be more active because he had more energy. A remarkable before and after picture of Chris was shared on Instagram by his physician, Dr. Eric Smith, in the month of March. On one side is a picture of Chris before he started losing weight, and on the other side is a picture of Chris finishing a 5K run that was taken not too long ago. In the background, a plateau posed a threat. Chris. During the sixth season of 1000 Pound Sisters, Chris discovered that he had reached a weight loss plateau. His progress slowed down significantly after he had originally dropped pounds in a rapidly accelerating manner. Chris was determined to get rid of all of the extra skin that had been left behind as a result of his quick weight loss. When his physician informed him that he wanted Chris to lose an additional 60 pounds first, he was completely and utterly distraught. In spite of his disappointment, Chris did not allow it to bring him down or discourage him. It is true that he increased his efforts by a factor of 2 and was able to get back on track. Additionally, Chris was able to shed an additional 60 pounds, and during the sixth season of 1000 Pound Sisters, Chris underwent surgery to remove his skin. Immediately following the operation, Chris and his wife, Brittany Combs, who is 36 years old, met with Chris's surgeon in a video that was uploaded to TikTok by TLC. As is his custom, Chris was in a state of high spirits and was already delivering jokes immediately. The fact that Chris's new belly button will be significantly smaller was even causing him to laugh. When he left the hospital following his operation, he appeared to be a completely different person. Chris' skin removal is the icing on his weight loss journey's cake. Immediately following his operation, Chris and Brittany leave the hospital together, and he already appears to be a fraction of the person he was before the operation. Chris was overjoyed with the quality of his work. It was while he was lying in his hospital bed that he made the following statement: "This is the best journey that I've ever decided to take and stick with." The notion that Chris would be able to keep up with his grandchildren and with his wife was something that Chris was really excited about. Chris' skin removal is the icing on the cake for his weight loss journey, reads the caption that is provided for the post. The fact that Chris was able to do everything he set his mind to is a tremendous source of motivation. In the most recent picture, Chris appears to be very thin. Chris's sisters are among those who post on social media on a regular basis, although he only occasionally does it himself. Chris recently broke his silence on social media by sharing a story picture to his Instagram account. On his Instagram account, the star of the 6th season of Sisters posted close-up images of himself working. Chris is a manager at McDonald's, and his most recent Instagram post appears to have been taken right there. Chris is a father of 2 children and a grandfather of 3 grandchildren. In the photographs, he is shown beginning his workday while dressed in his uniform and making use of his headset. The fact that his facial hair is neatly clipped draws attention to the fact that his face appears to be significantly thinner, and he is virtually unrecognizable. After everything is said and done, Chris will require a number of procedures that are both costly and risky in order to treat all of the excess skin that was left behind as a result of his rapid weight loss. Chris undergoes a number of different procedures in order to undergo skin removal surgery. The first operation he underwent was to treat the skin that was surrounding his stomach. Before deciding whether or not he wants to proceed with removing the excess skin around his chest, the star of the 6th season of Sisters, who weighs 1,000 pounds, is reportedly interested in determining how well he can withstand the discomfort. After everything is said and done, Chris will require a number of procedures that are both costly and risky in order to treat all of the excess skin that was left behind as a result of his rapid weight loss. At this time, Amy and Tammy are both still working towards the goal of losing a sufficient amount of weight to be eligible for skin removal. The name? ACOMS Chris, happy birthday! I was 44 years old on October 29, 1980. Relationship status: Brittany Combs is the married woman. Little ones: 2 offspring and 3 grandchildren. Gains in weight: over 150 pounds. In the world of reality television, it's rare to see a person undergo as dramatic a transformation as Chris Combs, star of 1000 Elb Sisters. Known for his witty humor, large personality, and close-knit family dynamic with his sister Tammy Slaton, Chris has captured the hearts of viewers who have followed his personal journey and that of his family. However, in recent months, fans have been noticing something remarkable. Chris' face looks noticeably slimmer, and his overall health has shown dramatic improvements. This shift has not only been physical but emotional, spiritual, and even professional. As a member of the 1000 Elb Sisters cast, Chris' journey has been very much intertwined with his family's struggles and successes. However, in the latest development, he took a significant break from social media, and upon his return, fans were shocked by the transformation that had taken place. What started as a break from the public eye quickly evolved into an opportunity for Chris to reflect on his health and well-being, resulting in incredible milestones that would change his life in ways he never expected. In this article, we'll take a deep dive into Chris Combs' transformation, his decision to step away from the social media spotlight, the health breakthroughs that came as a result, and what this means for his future on 1000 Elb Sisters. From a slimmer face to newfound confidence, Chris' journey is one of hard work, dedication, and personal growth. Chris Combs, a familiar face in the reality TV landscape. Chris Combs first entered the world of reality television alongside his sisters, Tammy and Amy Slayton, when 1000 Alb Sisters premiered in 2020. While the show was centered on the Slayton sisters' struggles with obesity and the toll it was taking on their lives, Chris was often featured as a support system for them. Fans quickly became drawn to his caring demeanor and willingness to help his sisters navigate difficult decisions, especially as Tammy struggled with her own weight loss battles. What made Chris stand out among other reality stars was his relatability. While he wasn't as heavily featured as Tammy or Amy, Chris' story resonated with many viewers. Like his sisters, he had faced weight-related issues throughout his life, but he wasn't the focus of the show in the same way. Instead, he became the behind-the-scenes advocate, offering his wisdom and perspective when things got tough. In a world dominated by flashy personalities and drama-filled storylines, Chris brought a grounded sense of normalcy to the series. His steady support and practical outlook on life made him a fan favorite. However, like everyone else in the Slayton family, Chris also struggled with his own health issues and personal demons. His weight had always been an issue, but it wasn't until the beginning of his 1000 Alb Sisters journey that viewers saw the toll that extreme obesity had taken on his life. The break from social media, a step towards self-care. In an age where social media is a major part of a celebrity's life, it's rare to see anyone truly step away from it. But that's exactly what Chris Combs decided to do, and the impact it had on his life was nothing short of transformative. Chris, who had previously been active on social media, posting regularly about his family, life updates, and the ups and downs of his journey, realized that the pressure of constantly being under public scrutiny was affecting his mental and emotional well-being. During a particularly difficult period of his life, where he was grappling with the stress of his weight, his family's struggles, and the pressures of being a reality TV star, Chris decided to take a break from social media. He felt overwhelmed by the constant spotlight and, at times, the negative comments and opinions that came with it. Chris explained in a statement that he needed to step back, focus on himself, and concentrate on improving his health without the distraction of online life. This break from social media wasn't just about escaping from negativity. It was a conscious decision to prioritize self-care. Chris spent more time with his family, focused on his mental health, and took active steps toward physical improvements that he had long avoided. He set goals for himself that were rooted in his well-being rather than external validation. For Chris, this decision was a turning point. Stepping away from the online world allowed him to regain control over his own life, taking the pressure off himself to always be on for an audience. And it's clear that this decision was beneficial in more ways than one. Slimmer face, health milestones, and positive changes. When Chris returned to social media after his break, the transformation was immediately noticeable. His face looked significantly slimmer, and he seemed to have more energy and vitality than ever before. The dramatic change wasn't just in his appearance, though. It was in his overall health and well-being. For Chris, this wasn't a quick fix or a fleeting trend. It was the result of months of hard work, consistency, and a deep commitment to taking better care of himself. Though he hasn't disclosed every detail of his weight loss journey, fans could see that the visible changes were incredible. His slimmer face was just the first sign of his commitment to improving his health. Chris appeared more confident and comfortable in his own skin, which was a stark contrast to the man who had struggled with weight and health issues for years. Along with the physical transformation, Chris also spoke openly about the health milestones he had achieved during his time away from social media. He shared that he had been working closely with a team of medical professionals and health coaches who had helped him get on track with his fitness and nutrition. With their guidance, Chris was able to lose a significant amount of weight, improve his cardiovascular health, and reduce some of the medical risks associated with his previous weight. The changes were not only noticeable in his face, but also in his overall outlook on life. Chris started making healthier choices in his day-to-day activities, and he also spoke about how important mental health had become in his overall journey. By taking time for self-reflection, focusing on the emotional and psychological aspects of his health, and working on his mental wellness, Chris was able to build the strength necessary to tackle his physical challenges. The inspiration behind Chris' transformation. One of the most inspiring aspects of Chris' journey is how he has used his experiences to encourage others. He has become a symbol of hope for those who struggle with their own health issues, particularly those dealing with obesity. In many of his posts, Chris shared messages of positivity, encouragement, and empowerment, urging his followers to make small but meaningful changes in their lives. Chris has always been a role model in his own way, but his transformation, both physical and emotional, has made him an even more powerful voice for those facing similar struggles. His journey demonstrates that true change comes from within, and that health isn't just about weight loss, but about taking a holistic approach to overall well-being. As someone who has been a part of 1000 Alb Sisters since its inception, Chris is now using his platform to educate others about the importance of self-care and mental health. He encourages those who are struggling to take small steps, seek professional help, and most importantly, be kind to themselves. His vulnerability and openness about his journey have touched many people, and his story continues to inspire those who may feel like they are in the same place he was not long ago. Chris Combs' impact on 1000 Alb Sisters. Chris' transformation and decision to focus on his health have also had an impact on 1000 Alb Sisters itself. His personal growth has added a new layer to the show, allowing fans to witness not just his physical changes, but his emotional development as well. The show has always been about the Slayton family's journey, but Chris' evolving story arc has added an extra dimension of inspiration. While 1000 Alb Sisters is centered around the Slayton sisters, Chris' recent health milestones have shown that everyone in the family is on a journey of their own. His story serves as a reminder that health and wellness are complex, and no two people have the same path. For those who have watched Chris from the beginning, it's clear that he is a symbol of resilience, a man who took his time away from the spotlight to focus on what truly mattered. What's next for Chris Combs? With his incredible transformation, both in terms of physical health and emotional well-being, Chris is poised for an exciting future. Though he has not shared all of his upcoming plans, it's clear that Chris is ready to continue his health journey, and he may even continue to document his progress for his fans. There's also speculation about Chris' future on 1000 Alb Sisters. While his weight loss and health improvements have certainly garnered attention, there are many who are hopeful that his story will continue to be featured on the show, both as a way to showcase his personal journey and as a beacon of inspiration for others. Chris' transformation may have started with his decision to step away from social media, but it has blossomed into something much more significant. It's about taking charge of his health, focusing on his well-being, and leading by example for those who are watching. As 1000 Alb Sisters continues, fans can expect to see even more of Chris and the remarkable changes he has made in his life. A new chapter in Chris Combs' life. Chris Combs' journey on 1000 Alb Sisters has always been a story of perseverance, love, and family. But with his recent social media break, health milestones, and visible transformation, Chris has entered a new chapter in his life. His slimmer face, newfound confidence, and positive health changes are just the beginning of a bigger story, one that's about more than just weight loss. It's about personal growth, self-love, and resilience in the face of adversity. Chris is not only inspiring fans with his health milestones, but he is also showing that it's never too late to make a change. Whether or not he continues to appear on 1000 Alb Sisters, one thing is clear. Chris Combs is in control of his own destiny, and the journey he's on will continue to inspire others for years to come.